Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Thank you for coming, and to those who watch us online. Ukraine Crisis Media Center starts its work in the new year, and now topic is information support and National Guard of Ukraine. Colonel Oleksandr Chornyi, head of the Department for Work with Personnel in the National Guard of Ukraine. Welcome on stage. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, representatives of mass media. First of all, let me greet you on the Christmas and Happy New Year. I wish you health, happiness, peaceful life, and inspiration. And in these during these holidays, the greetings are sent to our National Guardsmen, and they do not only fulfill their duties. These are law enforcement and defense of nuclear power stations and other important entities. We carried out a number of events to celebrate New Year and Christmas holidays. In the divisions that were not part of AD operation, we organized celebrations and also some events and competitions were carried out, and some activities, and we involved in these celebrations different groups and different creative and amateur groups, and there were also representatives of different religious confessions of Ukraine. And also, I would like to stress that in military units and territorial units of the National Guard, we carried out many different celebrations and events. And we organized and carried out New Year celebrations for children of the military personnel, and we organized some celebrations for New Year holidays. We also greeted the families of those who died in the military actions. They got some greetings with the New Year and Christmas from the top staff of the National Guard. And also we visited the injured who are now treated in hospitals or that undergo rehabilitation in medical institutions of Ukraine. 117 children of those who died or were missing in action, they got presents, sweets and books. And we got assistance from the Ukrainian and American Assistance Center. And the National Guard, together with the activists of the unit of volunteers that is called activists, and we provided help to the families of those servicemen who died in action, and also we provided help to some servicemen who were injured. And also National Guard also provided help to those servicemen who are now carry out military tasks in the ATO area. And each serviceman in these New Year and Christmas holidays got some food packets and sweets and fruit, and we organized transportation to every checkpoint, to every place of deployment of servicemen in the ATO area, to each place of temporary deployment of servicemen. And we also presented them with some calendars and some magazines provided by the National Guard, the Word of Order it is called, and also we provide them with some editions of our newspaper. And also there are, of course, a lot of military tasks that are carried out by our servicemen and the National Guardsmen of Ukraine. We do a lot to help them to be involved in some cultural activities and to provide them with some social assistance. And also, I would like to say that we have fruitful cooperation with the committees of mothers of the soldiers in all of the regions of the state, and due to this cooperation we have the opportunity to react and to solve problems that appear in all the spheres of life among our servicemen. And success of the completion of the tasks that are in the sphere of the National Guard of Ukraine and that are enlisted in the laws of Ukraine, they depend on the provision of all the necessary things for the staff. Also, it's very important to provide some information support for them. And this is a part of psychological and spiritual help to them. And this provision of propaganda and information support, the importance of this issue increase. And we have objective reason for this. Because you have an aggression in this country from the side of the pro-Russian military groups that act in Ukraine. And information attacks are carried out, and they provide some propaganda against Ukrainian law enforcement bodies. And also it influences on the activity of National Guard, and that's why in this context it is important to carry out information support and counteract negative effect on the personnel. It's difficult to overestimate it. And another aspect is to reach our victory, to establish stability and to provide territorial integrity of our country. It is important not only to carry out military operations, but we should also provide information and psychological support and to carry out propaganda work among our servicemen. And it's one of the forms and methods of fight, of struggle. And in the National Guard of Ukraine, we have a clear system of propaganda support and information support and information work with personnel. And we have big experience in carrying out such a work, and also we carry out some activities in places of permanent deployment of the servicemen who carry out military operations in the ATO area. And in this respect, we understand the importance of establishing and carrying out information and propaganda work, not only with the personnel of the National Guard, but also with local population that live in settlements along the line and in the region of the line of contact and in the area of ATO operation in the east of our state.
We continuously work jointly and coordinate our work with the residents from liberated settlements in Donbass and from those settlements which are located close to the delineation line. At the same time, we carry out specific patriotic work and public awareness work among young people aimed at raising the awareness about the Ukrainian history of their mother towns in order to bring up the real patriots of Ukraine. In order to form positive vision among the local residents in Donbass on activities of the National Guard, and in order to run and evil information of our enemies aimed against the National Guards. We have carried out a number of activities. Thus, at the end of December, we implemented 2 projects for the sake of the future and school children from Kiev region to the school children of Donbass. This allowed us to strengthen emotional support and to express compassion to the children, to students residing in Donbass. Thus, students from Kiev region had a possibility to express their important compassion to their friends and comrades from Donbass. Thus, in Vasilkiv district of Kiev Oblast, in Palage village, we have launched this support action, and very soon this action grew up, involved other schools in Kiev, not just in Kiev region, but also in Poltava region, in the Zaporizhia region, in Dnipropetrovsk region. Thus, teachers, principals, and students from those schools were jointly involved to the patriotic lessons and activities, and this involvement was organized jointly with their students and teachers from the schools of Donbass. Thus, we shooted and recorded some videos and video appeals, video addresses on behalf of those schools. And, for example, reached school number 6 in Volnovakha, also in surrounding villages, Myrna, Starognativka, Chermalik, Bugas, which are around Volnovakha, and also in Kalchik villages and the Ra village in neighboring district. Also, this action involved the Greek communities of Ukraine, and this participation of Ukrainian Greek community was covered both at the national mass media and by local mass media. Also, in educational institutions, we organized rallies and joint activities with pupils and students. We sang together the state hymnal of Ukraine and other patriotic songs, and this action was broadly supported by the school principals, teachers, and parents. They confessed that under condition of irregular and regular shellings along the contact line, it was very important to organize these events at schools in the villages, in Pologie village, in Kiev Oblast, the Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk schools had recorded video addresses where they expressed compassion to their students in the schools in Donbass. Also, they sent sweets and small presents to the students from Donbass schools. These small videos were very moving, and the people really were filled with soft senses watching them. Also, principals of the schools in Donbass passed our recognition and appreciation to the students and teachers of those schools who carry out their duties and attend schools in difficult conditions in the east of Ukraine. Furthermore, we held several security lessons explaining the security rules in the contact line area and explaining the major properties of military equipment. Also, we handled some presents like sports equipment, like some sportswear, like table games for children. Also, we presented potable water and food packages, as well as sets of books. Books included both fiction and biographies of important figures in Ukrainian history. The families with multiple children received not just food packages, but also school stationery and some other presents important for their living. Also, we reached kindergartens and provided small children with games, and we involved soldiers into playing with them. In Chermalik and Bugas villages, we presented big sets of books for local libraries. In general, teachers and students in the schools which I mentioned, they very positively respond to all our visits. They trust our guardsmen. They wait for each our event, and I believe that each event which we held together is perceived very positively by both parties. In order to carry out the public awareness events successfully, the professional preparation is needed. And in order to provide such material support to this type of work, we purchased special cars which are equipped specifically for public awareness mission, and 2 of these cars were immediately tested in the ATO area in December. A bit later, having gained some experience in using these special equipped cars, we purchased 2 cars more. They arrived in late December, and now these specially equipped cars, which are equipped to be the club premises and the movable print shops, they very actively work in the along the contact line. They are also equipped with receivers for satellite TV. They are equipped with multimedia appliances, and also printing machine which allows to print out a big variety of print products, including newspapers. Also, this car allows to demonstrate movies from receiving the signal from satellites. And also it can transmit radio programs. It allows to provide sound support during rallies and to organize massive presentations. We are able to print all sorts of printed products and organize the work of local radio station. Also, this car is properly equipped to produce pictures and photos which might be used as visual aids during trainings for the staff of the National Guard. The same cars are equipped with 3G internet connection, and this allows us to reach the latest news tapes and to print out this news for local population. It also is equipped with a small library. Thus, this movable culture club is able to provide services in all possible spheres and to satisfy all sorts of cultural requirements. So we did not stop with just these four movable culture clubs with these four cars. We continue to work in this direction. That's it. As of the moment, I'm ready to answer your question. Dear colleagues, please do not forget to present yourself. I'm Yulia Bashko, the Fifth TV channel. So I would like to specify additionally how many these cars you have and where do they work now. We have 4 such cars, and currently all of them work in the ATO zone. And currently we work hard to acquire more such cars, which would allow us to cover the entire territory of the ATO zone with cultural work. Yamets Maria, UCMC. What is the publication which you disseminate among local population? We have a Slova Chesti magazine and Ratnik newspaper, which are published specifically for the National Guardsmen, but nevertheless we disseminate them in the residential points where we work, which I already mentioned. In Starognatyevka, for example, there is a library, and the local school is very much involved into the patriotic work. Thus, children had had written some poems. We published them in our Ratnik newspaper and supplied the library with this newspaper. So am I right when I say that the newspaper and the magazine are designed both for the National Guardsmen and for local population? Yes, you are right. With this, thank you, Mr. Canal, and we will be waiting for you next.